What is up, guys? My name is the Austinator, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're doing another live discussion. And today with me, we got a stacked house today, everybody. This might be my biggest stream yet. We have, you've seen him on my channel before, Sauerkraut. You've also seen him on the channel before, Ninjroid243.
Hello there, everyone.
Making his debut on the channel, we got EJ Tan. What's up, EJ?
What's up, everyone? Let's do this.
And then we have Jason, aka Big Afford Entertainment. You guys seen him on the last live discussion talking about the Amazing Spider-Man films.
What's up, people? How you doing?
And today, I figured since we had a stacked house today, I figured we could do a top 5 list because there's 5 people. And we are going to be talking about our top 5 DC characters. And before we get into that, I want to go around everybody and ask where they can find them on social media, what they do on their channel. So, Sour, I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. You can find me on Instagram at Sauerkraut06, Twitter at Skraut06, and Discord.
What do you do on your channel, Sour?
I'm not doing really much. I've been planning some ideas recently, mainly about like true crime and stuff. That's where I'm gonna head my channel. So yeah.
Very, very nice. Ninjoid,
You can check me out.
Find you at?
You can check me out on YouTube at Ninjroid243. My channel is mainly about pop culture, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, anything really. I mainly stream every single day. And you can also check me out on Twitter at Ninjroid243, Facebook Seth Ninjrowski, and Instagram at Ninjroid243.
Very, very nice. Now, EJ, where can they find you at?
All right, you guys can find me on Facebook. My name is EJ Tan. You can also find me on my YouTube channel, also called EJ Tan. It's pretty simple. And as far as what I do on my channel, well, to be honest, I'm actually still a newcomer when it comes to all this. Usually, I just watch videos. I don't really post anything. But if I were to post something, it will probably be more like movie reviews, or if I want to, or if I just want to talk about anything I want, basically.
Very, very nice. Now, where can they find you, Jason?
What's up, everybody? You can find me at Big Afford Entertainment. That's my channel. I do a Sunday stream with Danny and Terrence called Equilibrium. Sunday at 5 now, so you guys can come check that out. Every now and then I'm streaming with Rob. Don't have a really set night for that, but whenever he's on and doing a live stream, I'll probably be there. And I do the same things everybody else: pop culture, video games, Star Wars, Marvel, whatever's actually popping at the time, so.
Very, very nice. You guys can find me on Twitter at the Austinator17, where I usually post, whenever I'm going to do a stream. You guys can find me on Facebook at Austin Blair, where I usually post my hot takes. Recently, I did a hot take on Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home. You guys can go check out that post. You guys can find me on the Discord server at the Austinator. I'm part of Storm's Nation. You guys should definitely server. It is one big community, and you guys should definitely join that. Also, you guys can find me on YouTube on this channel at the Austinator, where I am doing gaming streams now. We just finished Jedi Fallen Order rated, and I'm playing God of War right now. So you guys can go check that out. I'm trying to reach my goal of 40 subscribers. So if you guys want to come subscribe, you guys are more than welcome to do that. Now, we got the introductions out of the way. But now it's time for the main topic, our top 5 list of our top 5 DC characters. And the way we're going to do it is that, we're going to go, we're all going to go with our number 5 first. We're going to converse about that. So Sour will go first. He's on my right. And then once we get to number 4, then Ninjoid will go first. EJ will go first when it comes down to number 3. Jason will go first when it comes to number 2. And then I will go first with number 1. So without further ado, let's get into it. Sour, what is your number 5?
Okay, so my number 5 is Robin.
Can you?
Mainly because.
No, I was gonna say, can you explain that? Because.
Okay. Well, I really like all considerations of Robin. My favorite's Dick Grayson now. He's definitely my favorite Robin, but his outfit is really cool, and he's just like he's a really good apprentice, honestly, to Batman. Like, Batman never had a kid and only had a family for a short amount of time, so Robin is kind of like a good not really contrast, but good son to Batman. And I just really love his weapons and stuff. And yeah, Robin's really good.
I like that reasoning, Sour. Nicholas comes in. What's up, Nicholas?
What's up?
Hey, Nick.
So I actually like your I do like your pick, Sour, because I was also going to ask what your favorite iteration of Robin was. I do like Dick Grayson. I'm a personal Tim Drake fan. I know a lot of people aren't. I like how he's more of a detective like Batman. I am a Damian Wayne fan as well.
Yeah, I like them all.
Iteration.
That sounds so weird.
Hello.
Oh, sorry about that. Because I was waiting because I was asking if you got what your guys' favorite iteration of Robin was.
Oh yeah, because I think you were chipping out, so I couldn't really hear you.
Yeah,
I'd go with Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson, absolutely.
EJ, what about you?
I'm also going with Dick Grayson, mainly because that's the version that I grew up with. Actually, I remember watching the original Teen Titans back on Cartoon Network, and that version is actually my favorite portrayal of Robin, pretty much. And also because Teen Titans was the best show on Cartoon Network, besides Samurai Jack. And I also think that he's a good apprentice for for Batman, like Sarah said.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Nicholas actually agrees with you because he also said Dick Grayson. I think I'm the only person that did not say Dick Grayson here. So, but that's okay. We can always agree to disagree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Ninjoid, now it's your number 5. I'm a little
Okay.
interested to see what you have to say.
All right. So my number 5 is actually a villain, and his name is Darkseid. So I think Darkseid is one of the best DC villains of all time because he's one of the most powerful beings in the entire DC universe. I like him as really a Superman villain, but also he is a huge villain in Justice League, all the comics and stuff like that. He thinks before he acts, and he always kicks ass when you see him in anything, really. So, such as, he has powers like telekinesis, flight, superhuman strength, speed, you name it. And overall, I'm really excited to see him in the Snyder Cut if he does appear. And that's why he's number 5.
Good choice.
Very, very good. I am a fan of Darkseid as well. He's also on my list. He is not my number 5. So I just want to get that out there. Jason, it is now your turn.
Yep. Well, my number 5, I'm going with Cyborg. I've always been a big fan of him when he came in. He was an African American. I like his technology where he can, control computers, and he's always been a good help to the Justice League. So Cyborg is definitely my number 5.
I like that. I am a fan of Cyborg. I will agree with that. He is not on my list. I would say if there was honorable mentions, I would definitely put him as an honorable mention, or if it was a top 10 list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same.
EJ, it is now your turn.
All right. So my number 5 is actually going to be it's actually going to be another villain, just like Nindroid. My number 5 is actually going to be Slade Wilson, and mostly because is that he is one of the few villains that can actually give Batman a run for his money. Other than Bane himself, which he was the one that actually broke Batman's back and nearly killed him. Slade is, depending on which version you go for, whether it's the one from Arrow or the original Teen Titans cartoon or from the Batman games. I just think that Slade is the most badass mercenary ever, pretty much. And
Definitely.
I especially like his portrayal in the Teen Titans TV show when he used manipulation and he uses manipulation and he basically places your mind trying to get you on his side.
Mm-hmm. It's a good choice.
Yeah, that was really good. I actually some of my earlier lists, I had Deathstroke in my list, but I did take him out because I do think there are 5 other characters that I liked a little more.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say, again, if it was a top 10 list, I would definitely put Deathstroke on that.
Yeah, for sure.
So my number 5 is, I don't know if anybody's got this guy in their list, but because I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, that's predictable. I'm going with Superman. Mm-hmm. Now, when you talk about the quintessential superhero, you think of Superman. Like he's the Boy Scout. He's got all the powers that anybody would dream of. Like bullets bounce off him. He can fly. He can jump buildings in a single bound. He laser vision. You got the freeze breath. I think Superman is just he's just one of those superheroes that you can honestly just pick out of the bunch and just go, yeah, that guy is a superhero. And his alter ego, Clark Kent, I think he is, he's a very talented reporter, and I think, you could really go with any iteration of Superman, but if I was going my favorite story with Superman, I would probably say the Injustice video games, because it's basically what Superman becomes. Because he's not evil, but he's more corrupted in a sense, where he lost his way and he becomes like this dictator, and I think they did that very, very well. And I think he's also part of the most iconic storylines of all time. You got the death of Superman, you got Superman, All-Star Superman, you have Superman Red Sun, and I can just list off a bunch of them, and that's why I'm putting Man in my number 5.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Thank you. So now we're going to our number 4. So I think Sour went first last time, so I'm going to let Nindroid go first here.
Okay, so number 4 is another villain, and that is the Joker. So I picked Joker because Joker is the first DC villain in which I ever saw. So I got into comics by watching first the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, and then I saw the 2 Tim Burton Batman films. And to me, Jack Nicholson is still the best Joker. And yes, to me, the best DC film is still Batman 1989.
100.
So, yeah. So, but Joker overall in pop culture has been portrayed very differently. So, we see many spins on his own character. For example, the darker Joker from Heath Ledger, the poor and mentally ill Joker from Joaquin Phoenix, and we don't ever talk about Jared Leto's Joker at all. But,
Oh no.
you know, but let me tell you, Joker, I enjoy the character. I enjoy that he's Batman's main arch enemy. And I like that there's so many spins, which makes him sort of like new every single time that we see him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he's my number 4.
Cool.
I do like that pick, Ninjoid. Again, I actually do. Surprisingly, I do not have Joker on my list,
Oh,
mainly because. Oh, you do?
Yeah, I got Joker on my list.
Well, I technically have Joker on my list, but we'll get into that when we get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the Joker. Again, if it was a top 10 list, Joker would definitely be on it. But with the top 5, I went with like the top 5 characters that I like the most.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm not really the biggest Joker fan.
Mm-hmm.
Although that might be controversial because, people are like, oh, Joker, I'm like, yeah, okay.
No, it's just, it's if it's not your cup of tea, it's all good with that, nothing
Well,
like
actually, let me restate that. I think he's a great villain. I think he's overdone.
That's possible.
I see.
Yeah, I can see where you're
fair
at.
enough.
Yeah, I can see that.
We actually got a couple comments here. We got Tasia. What's up, Tasia? And then Nicholas comes in faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. Absolutely. So now it's Jason's turn to go with his number 4.
My number 4, I'm going with the Flash. Reason why I'm going with the Flash, I could have went with Superman. I don't have Superman on my list, and the only reason why is because it's Superman. Like he could be number 1 on anybody's list. So I went for. Remember back in the day, I was a big Flash comic fan. It started with the TV show. And then I started following Flash, and I loved Flash with the Reverse Flash and all the Speed Force stuff. So Flash became one of my favorite DC characters when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
So Barry Jordan, yeah, that's Flash, my favorite one. So that's my number 4.
Yeah, I actually respect that. I love the Flash as well. I do like his show, although some of the more recent seasons are a little for me.
This season was trash.
I liked the first half of season 6 where like they were building up the Crisis, but I do agree the stuff with Mirror Master was just
Yeah, and I wasn't a big fan of Bloodwork either. So
the one season I did not like with the Flash is season 3 because I feel like that was the season where it started to fall off because Savitar as a villain, I like his presentation, but I thought his motive was a little too basic and standard for just a villain. It's like, I'm going to kill Iris. It's like it's generic.
No, you're absolutely right. I thought Savitar was cruel. You're absolutely right.
And I didn't like how they revealed him like the last 5 episodes. Like they didn't reveal who he was in like the last 5 episodes of the season, but it was also predictable too who he was.
Yeah.
And I think the way they only did Flashpoint for 1 episode. I was not a big fan of that. I thought that was just.
They should have definitely went into Flashpoint a lot more than that, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Season 3 is not like even the worst seasons of the Flash are watchable because they're still entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Arrow season 4 where it's just complete garbage. It's mainly, it's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
So EJ, it is your turn for your number 4.
All right. Let's see. My number 4 is actually going to be Cyborg. Actually, again from Teen Titans. And the reason why I'm going with Cyborg is that he just looks like a really awesome person to hang out with. I especially love his line, "Booyah,
Mm-hmm.
booyah."
Yeah.
That just that just gets me every time, and I think that Cyborg. I just think that Cyborg has some really cool powers, and also a really tragic backstory too. To see how he became see how he went
Cyborg.
from being human to robotic. How he
Mm-hmm.
went from being from human to robotic, pretty much. So
Yeah, so I like that.
yeah, my number 4 is Cyborg.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, that was very, very good choice. Nicholas comes in. Barry Allen or Wally West? I think this one's pretty easy.
Barry Allen.
Barry
Yeah,
Allen.
I'm going with Barry
Barry
Allen.
Allen.
I'm going with Barry Allen because I don't know too much about Wally West, to be honest.
Same.
Yeah, I'm going with Barry Allen mainly just because I think he's just a better Flash, and mainly most people know Barry
Who
Allen's
he
Flash.
is. Yeah.
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 All right, Sour.
Definitely.
This is your number 4.
Okay. My number 4. To stick with the Teen Titans thing, my number 4 is Beast Boy. He's
Nice.
like I say,
Nice.
even though I do really like Beast Boy, I'd say his best is definitely in Teen Titans. Everything else other than Teen Titans, the half anime, half cartoon, is okay, but he definitely shines in Teen Titans. Like he's supposed to be the funny one, but also he has some really serious moments, especially in the series finale. Like he's a really well done character. I just really like him. Also, his powers are cool. His powers is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I gotta give him that.
I like that. I think that's a very good
But
pick.
Terra.
It's a good choice.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna be completely honest. When I was making my list, I did not think of Beast Boy. Like that's actually really, really cool, Sour.
Mm-hmm.
I did not even think of
Yep.
that either.
Thanks.
You're thinking out the box, you know? That's a good choice. Hands down.
Thank you.
So my number 4, I am going with a villain. I'm going with Darkseid. And to give you an example of just how great Darkseid is, I know a lot of people have heard of this movie. If you guys have not watched it, either because you are Marvel fanboys or if it's just because DC's not your cup of tea, watch Justly Dark Apocalypse War. That show
Fantastic film.
I saw it.
Fantastic
Really
film.
good. Really good.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And
It was
Darkseid,
a
that movie, was so smart. He's so intelligent. I like how Darkseid, took away Superman's powers just so he could get rid of him, take him out of the equation.
Yeah.
Darkseid, mind controlled Batman.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, if
Yeah.
anybody has anyone
Right.
even thought about doing that? No, because Batman
No one
would need to be
has.
stopped at about 20 minutes.
Right. Batman usually has a plan for something like that, you know? But Darkseid, yeah, he definitely took over that. And he was very brutal in that too. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
kill
yeah.
everybody. Yeah.
Heck
He,
yeah. Just heck yeah. Period.
He went
Especially
to the-
during Apocalypse War, it's really one of the most gruesome DC anime movies I have ever seen in my life.
I think you're
Oh
right.
my
Yeah.
gosh. It's like
Yeah.
it's just rated like is the rating for this movie TVMA or is it TV-14? Because I couldn't figure it out.
Well, it was really gruesome, so I don't think it was going to be a PG-13. I could see it maybe being TVMA, maybe. TV-14 definitely not, because there's a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
death.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Too violent. But that's a good thing.
And another thing that I like about Darkseid is that he's very intimidating. Like he has that presence about him that's very intimidating,
Oh,
very
yeah, definitely.
menacing, very. And he has the Omega beams, which if you
Spooky.
shoot out of his eyes and they can go in like different directions. He's like, depending on what iteration of
Dude,
him
those
it
Omega
is.
beams are so cool.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. Especially in Injustice 2, where like his super was the where he used the Omega
Yes.
beams to like go on all like that was cool. I liked
Yeah, it was.
and
definitely.
actually he was the reason why deceased happened in the comics because of the anti-life equation. So I mean he did create a zombie apocalypse in one timeline. So I mean hey, if that doesn't show how cool he is, I don't know what is.
And
So yeah, that's why I'm going with Darkseid as my number 4.
These are not slow burning at all. All right, good choice.
Thank you. So now it is Jason's turn for his number 3.
All right, my number 3 is going to be my first villain on the list. Going with the Joker. Joker is
awesome.
Batman's like yin to his yang type of thing, So
Yep.
I love Joker. I love the word I'm looking for. Hold on. Psychotic behavior. You know what I mean? I love the way he just doesn't give a shit. So Joker is definitely my number 3.
Yeah. Great choice.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice.
Joker's
I
badass.
respect that. EJ, how about you? What's your number 3?
All right. So, okay. My number 3 is Lex Luthor, and the reason why I'm going with Lex Luthor is because out of all the DC villains, really, it's always good to have a villain that is actually more human than he is like an alien, or if he's like supernatural, or like any of those things really. And
Yeah.
and the thing is though with Lex Luthor is that he is one of the most intelligent, one of the most smartest, one of the most cunning, one of the most what's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, yeah, Lex Luthor is just a great villain, and I love his super suit that he built to try and take down Superman. Obviously, he fails, but I mean, and we're still yet to get a good depiction of Lex Luthor on screen. Really, the best depiction of Lex Luthor is actually Michael Rosenbaum from Smallville. And no one has ever come to his level, really. And we do not talk about Jesse Eisenberg for Luthor. Fuck that betrayal.
I don't even think
Joker.
he wasn't even playing Lex Luthor to me. It was like
It was more the Riddler. It was more the Riddler, the Joker, than Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he was.
He should have been Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying
You
that
really
right
should
now.
have been. Really should have been.
Yes.
I like your choice, CJ. And also, fun fact: when Luke Luthor came into Supergirl, that was when the show actually got really good.
Yeah, it did. You're right.
Yeah, it
Well,
did. Yeah, it did actually. Joe
Because I'm
Cryer,
sorry, Supergirl seasons 1 and 2 garbage.
to be honest with you, I watched maybe a couple episodes in season 1, maybe the crossover in season 2, and that was about it. But when Lex Luthor came in, I actually watched his whole arc, you know? So,
yeah.
I watched the entire
Also,
show
the
of
thing is,
Supergirl, and let me tell you, I actually enjoy Supergirl the first couple seasons. Season
mhm.
4, I did not like the first part because it changed the show a little bit. Like they replaced some characters with Brainiac 5 and stuff like that. You know, Lex is probably the best part of season 4.
Yeah, for sure.
oh yeah, for sure. The thing is, though, with me and Supergirl, is that I didn't mind the first season. I thought the first season of Supergirl was alright and okay at best, but the part that really turned me off from Supergirl was when they brought over Superman into the show, and okay, at first I was like, all right, bring in Superman, that's awesome. What are they gonna do with him? What they did with what they did end up doing with Superman in the Supergirl show is in my opinion completely unforgivable and complete and complete disrespect.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like they literally made Superman a jobber to Supergirl, and you can job any other character, but you do not, and I mean do not job the holy trinity of DC: Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. You leave those three alone, damn it.
Absolutely right,
Yes.
100%. You know, when they brought him in
Yeah,
there,
that's the one thing. That's the one thing that turned me off. That's the one thing that turned me off the Supergirl show. But other than that, I thought it was. Other than that, I thought the show was decent at best.
hmm
Yeah.
I will at least say that it's better than Batwoman, which is not
oh,
saying
yeah, for
much.
sure. For
Oh my
sure.
God, Batwoman. We don't talk about that.
I
That does
haven't
not.
seen that woman. I haven't seen it, so
Yeah, don't worry.
EJ, it's on
Don't bother.
HBO Max.
oh gosh.
I don't
Yeah,
know
don't
why HBO Max would do that. I think I'm dropping my grade to a C now because it has Batwoman on it.
I mean, the DC show that I'm watching right now is Doom Patrol,
Oh,
which
that's
is
really good.
actually
Yeah,
Did
Doom
season
Patrol.
2
which
start
is
yet?
actually really which is actually pretty good so far. I'm on the first episode. Hopefully, I can watch the second one today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because season 2 is supposed to start soon, no?
It is supposed to start sometime later this month. It's supposed to start. I think June 25th is the date. I could be wrong.
Mm.
All right. So, I believe EJ just went for his number 3. Sour. What about you? What's your number 3?
Okay, so my number 3, I was actually thinking about putting Darkseid in my number 3, but when I thought about villains, I thought that I like this villain more than Darkseid. He's another Superman villain, and his name is Brainiac.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. Okay. Was not expecting that.
Hmm. So the reasons why is that he's really, as you all know, he's really intelligent and probably the most intelligent, not just villain, but character in any comic thing,
Mm-hmm.
in any comics and movies and such. And he has a lot of cool abilities as well. Like I'm just gonna say some super strength, speed, durability, flight. I'm reading off of Google to get some of these. Telepathy, telekinesis, what? Vast psionic powers, depending on the duration. Okay. But yeah, also his design is really cool. Definitely. I really like the design where he's sitting in his chair and like he has all these wires hooked up to his head. That is seriously one of the coolest things I've seen in like any comic books or like anything in general, honestly. That is super badass. And yeah, definitely one of the best DC villains and characters.
Interesting choice.
Very good choice, though.
Yeah, it was
Very good
very.
choice.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Me too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
For my number 3, I'm going with another villain. I am going with Bane, and Bane
Ooh.
is probably, and he was first of all, part of the most iconic Batman storylines of all time, Batman Nightfall, where
Mhm.
Bane
Yeah.
used his intelligence to wear Batman down, and then when he fought him physically, he broke him. Like, he took him, he lifted him up above his head, and then crushed his back underneath his knee like a pack of uncooked spaghetti. It was brutal. And Bane was also part of the storyline, City of Bane, where they killed Alfred.
Mhm.
And Bane has like this intelligence. He's a luchador. I like his design. He uses depending on what timeline you're going with. He's usually using the Titan or TN1, depending on again whatever iteration you're going with, whatever drug he's using to make himself like that. He is probably one of the smarter villains of
Yeah.
Batman's rogues gallery, and I just think if we're going by like villains, I think Bane is easily up there, and I think out of everyone in DC, no one's been able to do that to Batman, and that's why I'm going with him as my number 3.
Nope.
Yeah.
Mhm. Good choice. Very
I
good.
especially love Bane's portrayal in the Dark Knight Rises.
Oh yeah,
Plan,
very
Yeah.
his
good.
whole plan, his whole plan to take over Gotham is absolutely brilliant and genius. Dropping the cops underground, releasing the prisoners from Blackgate, and basically taking over Gotham. It's like, how come the Joker didn't think of this? This is. I mean, what Bane did in the Dark Knight Rises is way more frightening than what the Joker did in the Dark Knight. I mean,
I can agree with that.
just
I can
saying.
agree with
Yeah.
that. Ninjoid, now, what is your number 3?
Okay, so Wonder Woman is my number 3 for me because to me, she is a great character that you see progress during the comics. The history of her is very interesting. I'm pretty sure there's like a documentary or something like that that came out maybe like 2017 or 2018 explaining it at best. I like that Wonder Woman kicks ass in the comics, and I like that she usually teams up with heroes like Superman and Batman too. Um, I will say though that I like her more as a team player with the Justice League more than her as her own superhero in the comics. In the films, though, Wonder Woman is easily one of the best things of the DCEU so far. Her standalone film back in 2017
Yep.
showed those hardcore Marvel fanboys that refuse to think of DC as a good franchise, showed them that there's something good in there. Um, her relationship with Steve Trevor, I really did enjoy in that film, and overall, I think Wonder Woman is a great character. I just hope that Wonder Woman 1984 will be a great film in August.
Yeah, I really
too.
hope that
Hopefully.
too. Nicholas comes with a comment. Tom Hardy as Bane. Yes, he was Bane. He was also
Right.
Venom, which in that god awful Venom movie.
Oh yeah. Ugh.
No
My
Venom.
guilty pleasure.
No,
That's
no
my
Venom
guilty
fans
pleasure,
in the
actually.
no
Um,
Venom fans in the crowd.
No, I here's the thing. I like Venom as a character in the comics. I'm not a big fan of his solo film.
I thought it was okay.
All right,
You
to
know.
each their own. Fair enough.
I know
Fair
straight
enough.
up it
I mean,
wasn't.
I didn't think that, I did.
But I thought it was okay.
I
mean,
there are
I
certain
didn't
parts
think
of
the
the film
Venom
I
movie. Yeah, I didn't think the Venom movie was like terrible in my opinion. I mean, it was decent. It was decent at best, pretty much. The villain in the villain in that Venom movie though is awful, really bad.
The villain was horrible, 100%.
And that scene, and that and that scene where Tom Hardy went to the restaurant and eat that lobster and that tank. Oh gosh, I'm not gonna lie, that makes me cringe every time.
Yeah,
Every
that was.
time I see it. And also the scene where female Venom and Venom were kissing each other in the forest. Yeah, no.
You guys are gonna make me rethink my fucking view on that movie now. I'll have to go back and watch it and be like, yeah, this movie was trash. I'm sure of it. I've only watched it once, so I'll leave it at that.
So
I mean,
here's my thing here is that
few good things.
I liked when Venom was actually in the film. I thought the film was pretty good. However, I didn't like that it was kind of comical. I really would have liked it if it was more of a serious film, and I would have liked to see more Venom in the film rather than the last 20 minutes of the movie, because that kind of was like that kind of grated me a little bit, because I'm like, all right, this film's supposed to be about Venom. I don't want to see a movie about Eddie Brock. Like, don't get me wrong, you could spend like 20 minutes about like his backstory, which in terms of backstory, it was done pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think like they did a better job than Spider-Man 3, which I still concur is the worst Spider-Man movie ever made. I think Eddie Brock in that film was just done terribly. I think the backstory here was more accurate to the comics. The design for Venom I thought was cool because it did remind me of the Ultimate Comics when he didn't have the Venom, the white spider symbol on the front. Tom Hardy was great in that movie. I think the casting was absolutely right on point. As far as like everything else in the film, the lobster scene is easily the worst scene of the film. I didn't like.
Oh yeah.
The villain was very, very bland. I did not like the after credit scene where Woody Harrelson was wearing the
stupid wig.
Ronald McDonald wig.
Oh my god.
Trust me, it's gonna look a lot better in the second one.
Oh, I hope so.
Me too.
I'm excited. Like, I want Venom 2 to be more serious. I want Carnage to show up like being like Carnage. Like, I don't want him to be like the Joker in a sense. Like, he can be the Joker, but in a certain aspect of it. But I want him to be like Carnage, where he's like sadistic. You know, he's basically just like he can make stuff. Like, he can make like swords out of like the symbiote. Like, I kind of want to see that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. So now we are going to our number twos. EJ. Jason went last. He went first for number 3. EJ, it is your turn to go first for your number 2.
All right. So my number 2 is Batman, and the reason why I'm going with and the reason why he's my number 2 is that he is the one DC character that I grew up with the most. Actually, I remember watching the Batman anime series on was it on Cartoon Network or was it on Oh snap! Anyways, yeah, I just think that Batman has the coolest gadgets. He's the world's greatest detective. I'm still waiting for Warner Brothers to portray that storyline where they actually show Batman, where they actually show Batman being the world's greatest detective in the DC universe. Hopefully, the Batman movie in 2021, that's next year, goes into that because I would love that scene. Because I would love to see that on screen, pretty much. And also because Batman's Rogues Gallery has like some of the best villains in comic book history. So, and also because he's Batman.
Of course.
Yeah. You always
Absolutely
have to remember
agree.
the last part.
Like, all he has to say is, I'm Batman, and everybody's like, oh.
Hey, you guys stole my joke. You guys stole my joke. Go ahead.
Sour, it is your turn. You are next up on the hot seat.
Okay, so I've been gone for a bit. Is this number 2?
Yeah.
Yes, we're on number 2.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks. My number 2. This is my favorite superhero, so my number 1 is villain. My favorite superhero, number 2, is Batman. I mean, come on, it's Batman. It's really all I have to say.
Awesome,
Okay,
awesome.
next. No, I'm kidding. Batman. I mean, his suit is cool. You know, he doesn't actually have really superpowers, but his power is his brain.
Yes.
He's one of the smartest superheroes in comics in general, and definitely not the smartest though. But that's Brainiac. But Batman, he has some of the best like comics as well. He's just a great protagonist and superhero. I don't really have a lot to say about him except he's good.
Another good choice.
Yeah. Great choice.
Oh yeah, absolutely, very good choice, Sour. Nicholas comes in. Can I tell you my favorite top 5 characters? Absolutely, man. Put that in the list, man. Absolutely, you can definitely do that.
By all means.
So my number 2, Sour, EJ, man. We're thinking right today because I'm going with Batman as well. I mean,
Oh my god.
I mean, what's like the best reason? I mean, what else do I have to say that these guys have said already? He's the world's greatest detective. I think he is probably the best fighter out of everybody in the DC universe. He plans for every situation. Like his contingency plans have contingency plans. It's ridiculous. I like how every iteration of Batman has defeated Superman at least multiple times. He is part of the best comic book storylines of all time. You have Killing Joke, you have Batman Hush, Death in the Family, Under the Red Hood. You have Dark Knight Returns. Dude, I can go on and on all day.
Yeah.
Now, Wrestling isn't part of the worst comic books of all time because he was part of one. You guys may not have heard of this, but it's called All-Star Batman and Robin. Ooh,
I heard
boy.
of that. I heard
Absolutely terrible. Oh man! But regardless of that, Batman. Batman has the best rogues gallery of all time. I think it's better than Spider-Man's. I think that Batman is more. I think Batman has a better animated show than Spider-Man did. I think that debatably, I could even say like his voice actors are fantastic, and every one of the animated films are very good. And honestly, that's the reason why Batman is number 2. He's just fantastic, and I mean that's really all my reasons. And also, I just want to say, I know everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, well, Batman's depressing. Oh, Batman has like mommy, daddy issues." Yes, I know that's gonna be the main complaint. But you know what? If you saw that when you were a kid, he probably would be like someone would probably be like that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Especially as a little kid, that's traumatic, you know?
Yeah.
It could change anybody, so I agree.
So that was kind of my little rant there. Ninjoid, what is your number 2?
Okay, so my number 2 is not Batman. Okay, so thank God about that. So my number 2 is Dick Grayson, aka Robin, aka Nightwing. So I enjoy seeing him
Oh, nice.
always appear in the comics, video games, and films. Dick to me showed us that kids do grow up and shows that a hero can progress and be made into something even better. He was the first Robin back in the 60s and was a recruiting ally to Batman. I enjoy him even more when he turned into Nightwing because he became a hero that can stand by himself, technically. Like, he doesn't need Batman.
Mm-hmm.
He's Nightwing. So that's
Yeah.
why I put him as number 2. Also, he kicks ass.
Technically, Ninja, you do have Batman as number 2 because Dick Grayson was also Batman in the comics.
Yes, yes. You do have a valid point right there. So,
Jason, it's your turn to go for number 2.
No problem. My number 2. Can you guys guess? Batman. That's why I'm like everybody's
Oh my
supposed to pick Batman for the number 2. So number 2 was my Batman, and I'm just gonna say because I'm Batman.
Absolutely, like that. That's all. That's all Batman has to do. That's all the reason has to be. He's Batman.
He's Batman. You know, he's, it's like you guys said. He's the greatest detective, and he's the greatest detective. And I hope they start to show that in the movies. They do it in a little bits and pieces, but not like like he should be. As they don't show that detective side of him.
yeah.
One of the best fighters. I mean, how can you not like Batman?
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with that. I really do want to see that as well in the live action films because we do see a little bit of that here and there, but we don't really see it all the time. I would like to see that as well.
Right.
So I agree with that.
Mhm.
Now we're finally at our number 1 picks. Now, for my number 1, this might not shock you guys. I'm going with the Batman Who Laughs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we're talking
Really?
about
Oh,
if we're talking about the end all, like be all, like you have to beat this villain to be he's like probably the best villain in DC because the Batman Who Laughs is not the Joker. It's Bruce Wayne, but he has no code. His heart is as black as the Joker's. He's destroyed multiple worlds as the Batman Who Laughs. And let's also look at his kill count here. He killed the entire Bat family, killed the Justice League, killed Supergirl and her family, made Superman
damn.
made Superman and his son kill Lois before they died. He used the Joker-fied kids that Joker turned into Robins. He turned his son, Damian, into a Joker. And
I think that shows.
sorry, guys, my
Holy
brother was.
shit.
Where
It's
was
also
I?
very scary looking.
Yeah. So
Like,
and
I forgot
also,
what he looked like. I just googled it, and oh my lord.
he's disturbed, man.
He's a great villain. Let me just tell you that.
And he can see like things. He can see like he can see things in like the dark multiverse. And that's why he has the visor on because of like he's showing stuff in the dark multiverse. So, I mean, again, like he's got the skills of Batman. That's what makes him dangerous because he's as smart and he's as skilled as Batman. In fact, I think he's even more skilled because he knows every possible scenario Batman has, and he also turned these people into Jokers. He turned Commissioner Gordon into Joker. He turned Supergirl into a Joker. Shazam into Joker. He turned Commissioner Gordon into a Joker.
Yes.
He turned Blue Beetle into a Joker.
Yep.
And if I'm not mistaken, in the comics, he's about to become like probably the most like he's going to become like a god. Imagine him
Yeah.
as like the most powerful being in DC. Forget Emperor Joker. This man's going to kill the main Earth.
Yes.
Definitely.
It's true.
God damn. I had no idea.
And that is why I'm going with my number 1.
Good choice, man. Very good.
Oh man.
Oh,
Also, his
so
Robins look
sadistic.
terrifying.
Absolutely love him.
Like 3 Robins that he has. Like
Oh my
his
god,
3
man.
Robins, who'd laugh. They're terrifying. Oh my god.
Let's see here. Nicholas comes in. My character, well, his first one is the Joker because he was the Red Hood in Batman. Batman's really first enemy, and Batman's the Joker. My second is Jean Grey. Jean Grey, Nicholas is not part of DC because you said top 5 DC characters. I don't know if you're meaning like the top 5 comic book characters. But I like Jean Grey as well. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Ninjoid, you are up next.
Okay. My number 1 is Batman, Bruce Wayne. Okay? And I'm not even going to explain it. You guys explained it enough. So, there.
Yeah.
He's the one which got me into DC.
I mean, I feel like at this point there's nothing really to say about Batman. We already went.
You're absolutely right. We've all said everything. You know, Batman, like you said, he's just one of the best. So
Yes.
I absolutely agree with that. He's probably easily the best superhero of DC, in my opinion. I think he has better films than he has better stuff than Superman. He has better video games. He has better movies, better TV shows. I mean, good man, dude. Superman has like the worst stuff. I'm sorry, he really does. Like, I mean, if we're gonna talk about really bad Superman movies, like Superman 4, Superman 3,
Oh my god.
For
and, like,
James, Superman 64.
Oh gosh.
and also you got Superman Returns on Xbox 360.
Yeah, that too.
Oh boy,
Ah.
Superman has a rough. Yeah.
Superman 64 can go rot in hell if I ever cable. I care for that game.
Absolutely agree with that.
At least with the other Batman films, like Forever and Batman and Robin, at least some parts were enjoyable. And also the acting.
Yeah.
Like, I can appreciate them for like because I love the Adam West Batman. Like, you couldn't do Batman at the time, so like he was doing goofy stuff, like doing like having like the shark spray. Like, it's so stupid, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, for
Yeah. I mean, like, I liked Jim Carrey as
Superman 4 is just something to intelligence.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey was good at the Riddler.
Oh, absolutely. I think Forever isn't that bad. I'm actually going to be completely honest. I think Forever is not that bad. Yes. Is it not as dark as Batman Returns? Absolutely. But I think, at that time, you couldn't really do Batman justice. I think like they were trying to make it more suitable so like families would go see it. That makes sense. So that's perfectly fine. Like, it's still dark. Like, Robin's parents, Dick Grayson, died in the film. Like, that was dark. That was serious. And I actually appreciate that.
100%.
Nicholas comes in, Adam West. Oh, I think this might be his rating. Like, if he was rating the actors, Adam West, Michael Keaton, Christian Bale. I mean, that's a solid list, I would say.
Michael Keaton is my favorite.
My favorite one.
Yeah, me too.
Michael Keaton is definitely my favorite too.
No, actually, Ben Affleck's my favorite, then Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I was gonna say my favorite Batman.
Oh, Ben Affleck's great. Ben Affleck's great as Batman.
Yeah, Ben's great too. He's my number 2 though. Michael is always first.
I feel you.
So Jason, I'm gonna hand this over to you. What is your number 1?
My number 1 is a villain. I've always been I've always liked the villains in comic books and movies, in Star Wars. It's like always mostly the villains. So number 1 is Darkseid. And I put him as my number 1 because, like you said, in Apocalypse, he was just basically unstoppable, man, Like, they had to actually bring out Trigon to beat him and stuff like that. So I definitely like Darkseid as my number 1. Yeah, that's about it. Number 1, Darkseid.
I like that, man. Because Darkseid again is very, very good, and I think Darkseid would always be in like a top 5 list of any sorts because of how good he is. I actually
Mm-hmm.
prefer Darkseid over Thanos.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I like Thanos. Don't get me wrong, I do. But when I first seen Justice League War, I was so impressed with like how just Darkseid was just floating through the earth and they couldn't do nothing to stop him, man. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darkseid is one of my favorites, and that's
Yeah.
another the way they portray him in the cartoons is pretty much on point with the comics. So I like that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely.
I've been saying forever that the only villain in comic book history that I can think of that can top Thanos as the king of all comic book movie villains is Darkseid. He's the only one I can think of that can take that that could take that the man that could take the number one spot from the Mad Titan, pretty much. And depending depending on what they do with Darkseid in because Justice League, whether it's a cameo or if it's like another credit scene or if he actually plays a part in the movie. I mean, we'll see. But yeah, Darkseid is the only character I can come up with that can top Thanos as the king of all comic book movie villains. Because right now, Thanos is my number one, actually, for comic book movie villains.
Yeah, that's mine too. Like for comic book movie villains, especially in in the movies and stuff like that, there's no other villain that was better than him, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I absolutely agree with that. EJ, I believe it is your turn for your number one.
All right, so my number one is the Joker, and the reason why I'm going with the Clown Prince of Crime is because not only is he the most iconic comic book villain of all time, he is arguably one of the greatest comic book villains of all time. His laughter, his maniacalness, his insanity, his manipulation, his playing with the minds of Batman, trying to get Batman to kill the Joker so that because if Batman does kill because if Batman ever kills the Joker, then pretty much the Joker wins because that's what the Joker wants. The Joker wants Batman to lose his sanity and become just as crazy like he has. He wants Batman to become a murderer like he has, and really excluding Jared Leto's Joker, we've pretty much have had really great portrayals of the character. Whether you're talking about Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, most recently Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, what else can I say? He's a Joker, the Clown Prince of Crime, Prince of Darkness, and Agent of Chaos.
I absolutely agree with that.
So yeah, the Joker is my number one.
Great choice.
Yeah, it's a very good choice. I think I kind of come back to this is that my biggest issue with the Joker is I feel like he's overdone. Meaning like they always have to do the Joker and everything. It gets annoying after a while. And I'm gonna give you an example of this. Arkham Knight. There was no reason to have the Joker in Arkham Knight at all because they killed him off. And I'm like, okay, they're gonna do something different. They're not gonna do the Joker, but they decided no. And especially with Origins, like I like Origins. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were going to make Black Mask a new villain. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be great. You know, no Joker. We're gonna have a new story. We're gonna have like a crime boss. You know, we got Black Mask, the assassin. This is gonna be cool. And then, like halfway through the game, it's revealed that the Joker was Black Mask. Not the biggest fan of that. I was like, oh, this is stupid. And don't get me wrong, he's a great villain. But to me, I think they need to kind of cool off with him a little bit. Like maybe give other villains some time to be able to be there. Like, I would like to see maybe Deathstroke be like a villain in a Batman film at some point. Like, I would love to see. Um, I'd love to see them try to do the Riddler, and I just want them to go with villains that they haven't used yet, because that's kind of like gripe with the remake. Like, they always have to redo villains that we've already seen,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like because like I'm okay with them doing that, but they
Yeah.
have to do it later down the line. Like, I want to see new villains. Especially with a new one, like they're going to do Riddler Penguin, which is fine because we haven't seen them since the Tim Burton film, which I would appreciate that a lot because they're great villains, and I would just love to see more of them. I want them to try to redo Mr. Freeze at some point, like because now that we know how the character looks, especially I want to see him look like him like in the Arkham games where he has like the red goggles, and he has the super suit, he has the
Mm-hmm.
free. That would be cool. I would like him to also do Poison Ivy because I just think to me the problem is with doing those villains is that they were put in a very campy film. I want to see them in more of a dark, serious film,
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
and I would love to see them,
Absolutely, same here. Same here.
and I would definitely love to see them do like a try to redo the whole Batman and Robin thing, where like you have Batman and his sidekick, you have Robin. You know, I would love to see that in a darker version of the character rather than it being a campy film.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely like to see that. Sour. Now it's your time for your number one.
Okay. Well, my number one is the same as EJ's, and my number one is the Joker. This, he's just a fantastic villain. One of the best villains in any comic book or comic book movies. He's so insane that he can be funny at points, even when things are serious. He's
Mm-hmm.
scary. His outfits are really cool. He can turn basically anyone insane. He turned his own psychiatrist insane. That white, the person who was trying to help him to become like sane.
Mm-hmm.
He turned insane. It's insane. That's crazy. It's like him, and he's such a great contrast to Batman. That if he was if he was like put against any other superhero, it just really wouldn't work really that well, in my opinion.
You are
So they
absolutely
definitely
correct.
chose Batman's best villain,
For sure.
and
100%.
that's why I love Joker so much.
I respect that. I because again, I like the Joker. I actually like him in the animated series. Like, I think he's probably one of the better things about. He's probably one of the best things. There's a lot of really awesome things about the show. But Joker was like probably one of my favorite villains because
Yeah,
he just like he's not like dark, he's not like serious. Like, he's just like it's kind of becomes comical at times. It just because he like Joker flies fish in one episode and he tries to kill the Joker fish.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not like, oh, I'm gonna kill Robin. Like, no, he's just a normal criminal who's just like he's a pain in Batman's side. I think that he's done very, very well.
Yeah.
So we hit the hour mark. I don't know if you guys want to keep going because I did have a topic in case you guys wanted to get into that. I don't know how long Jason has. I don't know if
Well,
any of you guys have to go.
Oh, yeah, I gotta
yeah, I have to
start
go soon.
getting a pull out. So.
All right, so
What was the last topic you had, though?
So there's like a bunch of rumors coming around. I keep seeing this in my feed, and I'm starting to get a little agitated by it. No one's really talking about it because again, it's rumors. But the rumors is that season 13 of The Big Bang Theory, if the show ended a year ago, I would say somewhere around there. There's more rumors coming around now that that CBS is looking to renew the show. I wanted to ask you guys your brief thoughts on it. Do you think it's going to happen? I'm going to say right now, I don't think it's going to happen because they ended the show very, very nicely. You had Sheldon and Amy, get their Nobel
Yeah, I don't
Prizes.
think it'll happen either.
Everybody has their happy ending. I just think it would kind of ruin it if they do a new season now. The only way a season 13 could work is if they do like a time jump. But I just don't think it's worth doing that. So for me personally, I don't want it to happen. If it happens, I'll see it. But I'm not the biggest fan of it. So I probably will say no.
I'll back you
same.
up on that. Same thing, because like you said, it finished the way it was supposed to finish. And it's like now, I guess, because people still watch that show. Like that show comes on every day. I still watch it, you know what I mean? Even some of the reruns I'll watch over again. So I'm pretty sure they know it's still popular and they want to ride that. But I think if they ride it, it's going to take away from what that show used to be.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with that. Ninjoid, what is your opinions on it?
I think should just be left like this. Just don't renew it. Don't renew it for another season. Just season 12 was the finale.
Yeah, and also when you're calling your final season the final season, why would you immediately go and renew it? Like, if you just said, hey, look, we're taking a break for a year because everybody's doing their own thing, fine. But if you're calling it the final season, don't immediately renew the show because then everyone's going to be like, well, what happened to the final season?
Exactly. And then what are they going to do? Call this season the final season?
Yeah. So, okay, if we're talking about 10 years down the line, okay, maybe I would be open to seeing like a renewal of it. Like maybe have them with like their kids or whatever. Like that would be cool. But to me, I just don't think it's really worth it right now to do it immediately. Like I understand, like I get it because like Jim Parsons, they have to have a paycheck of some sort. So I can maybe understand that because like the whole thing going on, like there's not a lot of work, and if they're getting hefty paychecks, I can see them maybe going like, oh, okay, maybe we'll do another one. But to me, it's too soon. I think it's not going to happen. EJ, I want to ask your opinions on this. Do you think it should happen or no?
Honestly, I'm not sure because here's the thing. I've never seen the Big Bang Theory. Actually, I've never seen it. That's how behind I am.
It's on HBO Max, so if you ever want to get it, it's right there. Every season.
Oh, okay.
It's a good show. Trust me, it's a good show.
Yeah, it's funny, It's funny. And you guys are lucky, man. You guys get all that shit. I don't get HBO Max up here.
I'll tell you this.
Really?
No.
That sucks.
Yeah.
HBO Max, I'm going to be completely honest. It's kind of overrated.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's
not.
HBO
Let me
Max.
say this right now. I don't hate it. I just think the problem is they're taking off way too much stuff immediately right out of the gate. I understand because like with licensing issues, I get that. But the biggest problem is, they're already taking off like all the DC films. Like those are leaving in July. You have other films leaving too. It just, to me, I think it's already a mess already. And the price is very hefty.
The show, those movies are coming off HBO Max already, and it just started?
Yeah. Ultra Sandwich God does a dab. Okay.
Weird.
Yeah. It's just I maybe they're gonna put it on the DC Universe streaming service, which I think the DC Universe streaming service is absolutely just not. I wouldn't say it's not worth it, but at the same time, like again, the problem is none of their stuff is exclusive anymore. So why would I ever want to buy it?
Yeah, I feel you.
Because like Harley Quinn went to Sci-Fi, that's not exclusive anymore. Swamp Thing's on the CW, Stargirl's now on CW, Doom Patrol, wherever that's going. It's just, if you're gonna make a streaming service, you gotta make exclusive stuff. Your stuff's not gonna be exclusive, and you're just gonna. And also, their moves are always rotating. So like, There's no Batman under the Red Hood. There's no Batman versus Robin. There's no Teen Titans Judas contract. That's and they don't even have They don't have even the Tim Burton Batman or Batman Returns. They don't even have any of the other Superman films except for the first one. It's
Really?
ridiculous. Yeah, it's only the first Superman movie, and then that's it.
Okay. Yeah.
So do you plan on keeping it?
HBO Max, I think I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of it until the Snyder Cut comes out, and then I'll renew it. But just for me, it's not worth it. The price is a little too hefty. Like, Disney Plus is way cheaper, and you're getting more stuff. So I'm personally more Disney Plus. I think Netflix has a little bit of a better selection. Debatable. Well, no, I wouldn't say they have a better selection, but they're also very cheap. Hulu is overrated because they lock everything. Like you get your basic stuff for free with your initial membership, but then you have to pay more money just to unlock everything. I don't like that either. I'm not a big fan of Hulu.
I'm not a big fan of that either, to be honest.
No, I agree. Hulu is just not worth it for me, honestly. So we hit the hour 15 mark. I think we're going to start wrapping it up since there's no one watching. I want to thank everybody coming on here. I think this stream is very good. I think this is a very, very good stream.
That was good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I love doing the live discussions. I actually want to say it went once we hit 50 subscribers. And I'm saying this right now. Once we hit 50, I'm going to be doing a Kahoot game where there's going to be us on the panel. Like the panelists are going to be able to play. I'm going to let everybody in the chat play. And then it's going to be like a Q&A type live discussion, so everybody will be able to be involved.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Epic EJ.
And also, I'm planning on Mondays and Wednesdays to be my live discussion days because StreamYard only gives you 23 hours each month, so I'm going to try and use them sparingly. So Monday, Wednesdays, I think Monday will be more like my stream about the current news, and then like Wednesday will be more like my whatever it's gonna be.
Cool, nice.
EJ's a Jedi.
Oh, now he's a Sith.
EJ's a Jedi.
This
That's nice.
lightsaber changes from light side to dark side.
That's epic.
That's really cool. I like how it changes color.
Yeah, me too.
Now I
Yep.
That's dope.
Now, before we head off, because I know everybody's got something to do. I just want to say this right now because I talked about this earlier. I did finish Jedi Fallen Order. I'm going to be completely honest. I think it's overrated.
You said you like Force Unleashed better, right?
I like Force Unleashed a tad bit better, and I'm going to explain why. Fallen Order is a good game. Would I call it fun? No, it's not a fun game for me. I think that the difficulty is a little too much. I don't like how they're making you fight all these animals out the game. Like, I understand you have to have more enemy types and stormtroopers, but to me, I think the enemy types are lacking, especially when you're fighting spiders the entire time. And that is what throughout the stream. Like, throughout my gameplay, I said, this is ridiculous. I'm fighting spiders, and then I'm fighting, like, all these, like, frogs, and, like, it's really bad. Like, the ending of the game with the creator shows up, that was cool. I was like, that was probably the best part of the game. I would say towards the end of the game, but I would say most of it. I think it's a 7 out of 10 game. The story was good. You get to design your own lightsaber.
Yeah.
I like how you get the double-bladed lightsaber. Just the problems with the game for me are really major for me. I like Fallen Order better than Force Unleashed. I will say that right out of the gate. I think Force Unleashed 2 is probably one of my least favorite Star Wars games. I think it is probably the most disappointed I've ever had in a game, because I think the combat to me was a little too awkward and stiff. I thought the game was very short, and I don't mind games in the game, but they have to be entertaining. this game was not entertaining at all. I would rather play Fallen Order over Force Unleashed 2. I think the first Force Unleashed is made better. I think that there's just more to do in that game. I like how you get more force powers. The force powers in this game are very limited.
Mm-hmm. And which
Um,
one?
or I think it was Force Unleashed because you have the Force Lightning, you have like Force Push, you have the Force Grip, you have like
Yeah.
that. I think the boss. No, I wouldn't say the boss fight is better. I'll say that I think Fallen Order has good things in the game, but I think Force Unleashed is a better game overall.
To each their own.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So we actually so I want to thank again the panelists for coming on. You guys can go around. You guys can tell you where you guys can find it one more time.
You can check me out on my channel, Nindroid243. We're trying to get up to 200 subscribers by the end of July. I cover pop culture, mainly Star Wars, and yeah, we basically stream every single day. So come check Nindroid243 out.
Jason, you can go next.
Sure. Legal Ford Entertainment. You know, like I said, I have a show on Sundays with Danny and Terrence. Stream with Rob. We do pop culture. I got some videos up on my channel now. So anybody want to subscribe and check me out, go right ahead.
Very, very nice. EJ, it's your turn, my friend.
Alright, you guys can find me on my YouTube channel named BJ10. You can also find me on Twitter, hashtag BadassVampire24. And you can also find me on Facebook. And also, my goal for my YouTube channel is to get it up to 70 subscribers by the end of July, hopefully, or beginning of August, depending. I really want to build something with my channel, and I'm just starting to be more active on it than I was before. I just need to get the right equipment for it, very much.
Good job.
Very, very nice. Sour, you're up now.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at SKRosso6, Instagram at StarCrosso6, and Discord. And also, once I get a new PlayStation controller, so I will stream. I'll be streaming at first Mortal Kombat 11, like trying to like get not all the endings, but some endings for different characters. And after that, I'll be playing Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, and I don't know after that. So yeah.
What system did you play on PS4?
Do you have
What?
Sour?
Did you play on PS4? Or Xbox?
Yeah, I have a PS4, but I can't.
Okay.
I have a PS4, but I can't play it right now because I don't have a controller that works. I ordered one on Amazon, so.
When you get your controller, the Mortal Kombat has crossplay, so if you want, you can battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just let me know when you get your controller.
When? I don't know. Hopefully
No,
soon.
let me know when you get it. Let me know when you get it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
No, no problem.
Okay. Yeah.
Very, very nice. You guys can check me out on Twitter at LoveTater17, where I usually post when I'm going to do my live streams, my gaming streams. You guys can check me out on Facebook at Austin Blair, where I usually do hot takes on Friday and Saturday when I take my days off from uploading on my channel. You guys can also check me out on Discord at the Oscillator, where I'm part of Storm Nation, where we're trying to get to our new goal of 350 followers.
Yeah, 350 members.
So if you guys want to go check that out, you have to do that. Also, you guys can find me on this channel at the Oscillator, where I'm trying to reach my goal of 40 subscribers. So if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, you guys can definitely do that. I finished Jedi Fallen Order, like I said earlier, with my gaming streams. I am planning to play God of War. After God of War, I'm going to go into Detroit Become Human and Spider-Man. And after those, I will be going into series. So I'm going to be playing Tomb Raider, Devil May Cry, Doom, Kingdom Hearts, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's basically the future of the channel for me. I want to thank again the panelists. I know I keep saying thank you, but I want to thank the panelists again for coming on. This was again a very good stream. If you guys can go watch this in the future, you guys should hit that like button. You guys can leave a comment telling us your list or telling us how wrong we are, because again, that's always going to happen. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. This is the Alternator, and everybody in the channel signing out.
And before you go, thanks for having me on. And I want you guys to keep doing what you're doing, man, because you guys are doing good jobs. You know what I mean? So keep doing what you're doing, buddy.
Thank you, Jason.
Absolutely, for sure.
Thanks.
No problem. And with that, we out.
Yep. And now we're officially signing off.
Yep.